You were, of course, picked for the Hawthorn Team of the Century. I'm guessing that was last century.
Yeah, very much so, and I certainly won't be around for the next Team of the Century, and it's not going to be for some time, but it's a great honour. After you've retired and finished as a player, some of these accolades do come your way, and you reflect back, and yeah, it's a great honour, and I'm very humble when I say that, because to be selected in virtually the best team of all for the Hawthorn Footy Club, because they only came into the competition in 1925, so to be selected in that team, the best team of all, yeah, it's a great honour.
The game's obviously changed a lot over the years. What are some of your observations on those changes?
Yes, it has, Tony, and as we've already discussed today, my era was the 70s and the 80s as a player. And now, sometime later, the obvious answer is it's now fully professional. We were part-time footballers. You know, we had to work for a living, 9 to 5, and we got the training after work, and it was really a huge commitment. But nowadays, the game is just fully professional in that players are provided with so much expertise in reference to training, coaching, development, all those little one-percenters. So consequently, the game will have changed as well. And look, the big changes, no doubt, with that professionalism is the increased pace in the game, the increased skill in the game. Players now are just so well prepared, they just don't leave any stone unturned. And probably the biggest difference that I notice is how skillful they are, how fit they are, how quick they are with their hands, with handballs. There's no doubt it's very, very different to those days of the 70s and 80s. But in saying that, there's a lot of players now that probably wouldn't have survived back 70s and 80s. There's probably a lot of players back in the 70s and 80s that wouldn't be able to adapt to this style of game nowadays because of the athleticism that's required. But people always say to me, but would players of any era play in a particular era? And I say, well, the better players of any era will always be able to perform well, no matter what time of the era it is. So, yeah, very, very different game nowadays.